Today we're going to focus on rabbit babies, and these are the cutest pets, in my opinion, that you will ever get, regardless of whether you're doing rabbits as a farm or as pets. They are so cute. These ones we are watching today, Beverly's babies, are only 3 weeks old, and they are out in their nesting box from their nesting box, and as you can see, they are munching on the hay, on the pellets that I have fed mommy. And really and truly, from 2 weeks, that's when they are ready to come and start living their life. This you're seeing here is when they were about 10 days. Their eyes are fully open. Their fur is fully formed. They can hear now. Their ears are open now, because as you know, rabbits are born dumb and blind. But they're out there and they're eating everything that they can get their hands on. I know, like greedy kids, isn't it? They are always eating and finding whatever to put in their mouth. But as cute as they are, this is the period when they are also very vulnerable as well. Now let's cast our mind back to when they are in the wild. At this point, they are still breastfeeding. Mommy is still feeding them breast, but they are also learning how to eat. And the problem with the wild is they tend to eat anything, everything. Even though mommy teaches them, they will probably pick up a lot of things. But let's come back to the hatch environment. So it is very important for you to stay on top of a few things here. The first thing is the hygiene of your hatch, and the hygiene comes with the size of the hatch. My hatch is very big. It's about 3 feet deep and 4 feet long, and they've got a back chamber as well, and they also have access to the garden periodically, so it's a big space for them. And the setup is set that we've got a toilet area around there, and mommy is going to teach them how to use all of them. But the important thing about what you should be putting in the hatch is that whatever you put in there, they will try their hands on. At this point, I would say fresh vegetable, they are not ready for it yet. I would serve them fresh vegetable from the 4th week, and that would be in a very, 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 very small quantity, just literally, because rabbit stomachs are very delicate, and at this stage, their system is still forming, so you have to be cautious. So the red cabbage you saw there was mommy's treat, and yes, I was watching them and I was making sure mommy eats all of it before I leave them. And it is very, very important. In the wild at this stage, some of the babies will wander off and will not catch the bunch, and then we have predators taking advantage of them. And also in the wild at this stage, they are vulnerable to diseases because some of them will be eating what they're not supposed to eat. Well, in the hatch or cage system, you should be aware not to leave what you don't expect them to eat. Now, I know a lot of pet keepers will put treats in a box or in a like toilet tissue roll to for them to pick on. Well, the problem is rabbits will eat anything that comes their way, and it's like fun for them. Recently, I've had to change some of the rabbits feeding plastics because they start chewing on it. And the problem is their stomach digestive system will not be able to digest plastic. Well, if you're feeding them cardboard, then you know you have a problem. So at this stage, rabbits are lovely, they are cutest, but at the same time, bear in mind they are very vulnerable, and therefore be aware what you feed them, the treats you give them. I would say at this stage, no treats at all. If you want to give them a treat, then be aware of what you're feeding them. If it is a pellet, maybe you can feed them pellets, give them by hand to start establishing bonding, but do not feed them just anything, and be aware that their stomach is not fully formed. They are fragile, they are fun around this time, but at the same time they are fragile, and you have to shield them from the direct wind as much as you can. In my setup, I leave them in I leave the nesting area for up to 4 weeks before I clean that area, because the room is big enough for them, so they can stay there. Another reason why a lot of rabbits babies don't make it to maturity is because of the size of the room. If the room is small, mommy may step on them by mistake, and therefore we'll have to make the rooms as big as possible. This is our lesson today. It's all about babies. I hope you learned something from it. I'll see you in the next video. Rabbito Farmino.